Hello tribe, so this is me on top of my game giving you a video energy check before the full moon. Usually with me I'm kind of like, a week later I'll just get out my cave and go, wow, what was all that about? But I'm actually now reporting to you from my sofa, and I've just raised my torso up because I've been lying down a lot today. Full moon flattened, big fat tick, yes, feeling a little bit better now though. Energy is very, very powerful. So the funny thing is, this is a full moon eclipse that is coming for us tomorrow, well, actually on the crossover tonight to tomorrow. And it's the full moon eclipse, as I say. So it's coming with some serious potency, right? And eclipses come with chaos energy. So I have been waiting all day in between lying on the sofa to actually record a video. I need to record some meditations, do some channels and all this kind of stuff. And I haven't been able to do it because somebody across the road has been cutting down trees all day and it's been so loud and my head's vibrating. And now they've just stopped. Somebody's fired up a fat house party next door and I'm like, really? You know what I mean? It's just noise. It's just chaos. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I've just thought, well, this is very, very much in alignment with the full moon eclipse. So the full moon eclipse is very sort of like emotionally, energetically, everything's going to be going on basically. So look, I'm now going to say how the best way to navigate through this. Okay, like I had a very, very strong message to actually not do a ceremony, attend a ceremony, or do anything ceremonial for this full moon. And there was an opportunity to do something, and I was just kept tapping into my energy, and I was like, no, I really don't want to do it because I'm actually really tired this week. There's been so much going on, and I just thought I just need to be still. Because I feel full moon flattened more so than usual. So I wondered why I was feeling such an aversion to that, because I always love to bang a drum. Full moon, I'm there like a bear, do some cacao, you know what I mean? Get a nice cup of cacao going, everything's awesome, let's do it. Not this time, I was like, no, I can't. And it was like, no. And that doesn't usually happen with me. So then I kind of read up a few bits and pieces about what people were saying about the eclipse. And like everybody was saying the same thing, that with eclipse energies, probably better to not work with it in ritual like we usually do because of the chaos, rather just basically be still and allow what needs to come to you, because it's very sort of like all over the place, And also we're coming into the run up of 12/12 and then the 21st of December as well, another power portal, so there's a lot going on, and that's the message I got, just to receive, and everything's very physical with people at the moment. Even my son, he's like day 2 of extremely sore muscles, you know what I mean? I mean, he did go to the gym, but the soreness is lasting for a very long time. So there's a lot going on physically, and I think that it's really important just to sort of like be guided and just be shown, watch, observe, and just be super still. So we're really going into the divine feminine energies now, because obviously, the lunar is basically very connected to the left side as well, because I always think lunar, L, left, feminine, and feminine is all about stillness, but feminine is all about the power as well. So it's really, really kind of like be mindful of that and try and do as little as possible and just let everything just settle, Emotional changes, like with this full moon in particular, okay, it's coming through with big bursts of energy, like boom, I mean, I had a massive argument with my daughter yesterday. No need to go into the details what it was about, but anyway, it was an issue that had been going on for years and she's been very stubborn on it. And I've been very sort of mindful and just pussyfooting around her and just being like, okay, let me hold space for you, and just allowing her to arrive at this place. But then yesterday I just lost my shit and I basically just told her how it was. And I just lost my temper. No more love and light, just a big dragon like fire breath, whoa, and we got stuck into it, me and her. She's 15 and she's a force like her mother, but I'm more of a force. Anyway, we got stuck into it, and it was something I didn't ever want to get into on this subject matter because I didn't want to emotionally damage her in any way. So I've been pussyfooting around this as well. So it was as much about me as it was her. Anyway, went in, blew the thing out the water, had a huge fight, and then after that I felt like kind of quite emotional because it's not very nice to go through, but it felt right. And I was like, that's a bit weird. I feel right about having a full-on argument with your daughter, quite a bad one. And then after that, she came and she was full of light and she was just like, and we found a solution to the problem which had been around for years, but it took that big pa for us to shake this up and for her and me to obviously blow some stuff out the way, as me as a mother and her as the daughter and the issue. And now we've completely turned a corner, and I've been trying to fix this problem for like the best part of 10 years, you know, to do with her health and everything like that. So that was quite powerful, but I kept conscious and mindful, you know, and you know, aware all the way through the process, because even though I was like losing my mind and shouting at her, you know, I was very aware of what was going on and why, and I just followed the breadcrumbs. So, you know, even though that might happen, stay focused and aware in how things play out, because these sudden bursts of energy and emotion is actually welcomed in where we are at in this stage of the game, to do with, you know, our evolution, our ascension. You know what I mean? It's like it's right round the corner. It's literally here. So we need things now to just so we can clear, you know? So yeah, I've actually spoken about the physical breaking point, illnesses, ailments, emotions. I've been talking to a lot of people. Your body speaks your mind, right? So if there's density in the mind, this full moon's going to come in and go, no, we don't need that. Everything's got to be in alignment now. You know, if you've given your sacred yes to be part of the new earth, no matter what that looks like, you know, everything's got to be in alignment. So we've got to basically really put, you know, understand that the body is going through the last purges, and there's going to be elements holding on like a, you know, like for dear life, because they don't want to go, because it's the last of them. It's like I've referred to in my other videos, it's that last sticky bit on the roasting tin that we usually just wash and cook over and just carry on using it. No, we want to get it shiny now, so we're really getting in there, you know, so we really are at the bottom of the barrel, you know. So yes, so I'm just going through my list to make sure I didn't miss any important points. So I'm going to kind of read from this now, because I went into kind of like channeled writing now, you know. This is now for those who are way showers, you know, basically got big bodies of work coming through, or bodies of work you've already landed and they're being upgraded, you know, the twin flames, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, the thought leaders, the pioneers, you know what I mean? Those of you who are probably really feeling it right now, and really, really like opening the way for others to come, which is like, my light bows down to your light. Thank you so much for doing that, and being you, and each and every one of you. Thank you, because you know what? We're all part of the tapestry, every single one of us. So if you're lying in bed and you do have an ailment that you've had for a gazillion years in this lifetime, and you are basically purging and it's getting intense, you're doing that for us as well, because you purge for yourself, you purge for everyone else. That is your contract. Unfortunately, it's a big suffering contract, but it's still a contract nonetheless, and this too will pass. So then you have people with big bodies of work who've got to go through all of their shit with their anxiety and their fear, and they've got to go there anyway, and they've got to challenge the system, even the spiritual one, and they've got to stand up there and be seen. It's like, oh, it's a whole vomit comic kind of vibe. It's intense. But those people, those beings that are basically at that level, bringing through your own bodies of work. So for those who have planted their seeds and have been consciously bringing through their bodies of work, expect sudden connections like bridges between people and projects. So what's going to happen now is you're going to start to see like all of this stuff you've been working on independently, kind of getting a little bit disillusioned, going, well, God, I've been working on this forever. Where's it going to land? You know what I mean? What was the point of me doing this? Do you know what I mean? Now what's going to happen is the moon is kind of like going to like basically put the light on, so you can see exactly what's going on, who's coming, and where you're at, you know? So now it's kind of like clearing everything that you don't need, dusting the dust off the table, right? So you can reveal the original blueprint, and now let's get busy. So that's what's happening, right? Placing the stuff you don't need down on the altar, finally, and now really picking up and running with what you do need and what you ordained to bring through. So people, projects, everything's, all this you've been working on you're going to start to experience this after the full moon. It's all going to start to come together, right? The horizon will start to make sense, and how you're going to land the new earth code. So now you're going to start to get like illuminating moments if you haven't done already. And if you're having them already, you're going to get more. So basically everybody coming into your space, like that's your soul family. That's who you're supposed to do this with. Because remember, it's all that we're moving into the co-creation codes in a big way. 2022, 22222s. It's all about the co-creation codes. And I'm just doing a video, and I swear to God, if one of my teenagers walks through and asks me to do something and brings their chaos in here, I'm just saying, no, you wait until I'm finished. Thank you. Keeping it real. Okay, so now moving on. This is the time is now. So you'll be called up to take action on what you've spoken about for such a long time. I mean, you're going to have like, those projects that you kind of like been feeling like, that's a good idea. Now Spirit's going to start calling you. Now those people are going to come and go, do you want to come now? I mean, like I've had a phone call saying, right, we need you in Mozambique now. Come and meet up and talk about this project. And I'm like, when's now? And they're like, in a few days. I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of pressured now because I've been talking about it for so long and these kind of ideas. And this is what I've wanted to co-create with others and do this kind of work. And now I'm being called up. My first thing was like, oh no, because I'm a creature of habit. It's not going to work. I've got school run. And it's just like, oh really? So now you're going to find a little bit of pressure as the full moon comes in. Because remember, full moon is all about clearing and purging all that old density. So I need to deal with my creature of habit bullshit so I can basically get into the spiritual warrior that I said I was going to do. No more talking about it. I've obviously found a comfortability in talking about it. Now it's time to jump in and do it, okay? So that we're being called on our stuff now. Now is the time. The framework is now appearing. You will see that you will no longer be doing this alone. Now this is really important that I'm going to end off on. We have spent eons basically fine-tuning, our whole systems and our beings, understanding our path and why we go through this healing, clearing, blah, blah, blah. And like now, the actual aha moment I had the other day was like, now I'm connecting with my soul tribe of people, like my real tribe of people, those that hold the same frequency as me, those who walk in oneness, as Melchizedek tells me. Now I'm finding my tribe. It's like there was no problem with what I had going on here. I just needed to get to my conducive environment. So you're going to find now that you don't need to spit and polish what you got going on anymore. Your gifts, abilities, your body of work, your mission and purpose, all that kind of thing. What needs to happen now is you need to find your people. And you will be finding your people. And if you're not, you're gonna very shortly, because that's what needs to happen. And then when that comes together, all of a sudden, all of those ideas and everything you've been working on for a long time, which is kind of like being a bit of a struggle, they're all gonna come online like Christmas lights. Boom, 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 boom. And it's actually about a divine timing now, which is now. And this is what the full moon's doing. It's giving one like whoosh, washing everything off. So you can now see, like truly, truly see, right? Like third eye see. And an eye see, but third eye see, so you can actually see your peeps around you now, because that's the grid work. So we're not meant to do this alone, ever, not on our own, ever anymore. It's about co-creation. It's about oneness, wisdom, unity. You don't lose yourself with that, but you're not supposed to do it on your own. So now you're going to find a lot of joy in doing what you have come through to do. And guess what? There's going to be others like you. And now all of a sudden you're going to go, well, I can do this now. Because the worry before, and I've had conversations with this with my peeps, the worry was like, how am I going to do this? And I had the same thing in putting my Egypt tour together. I was like, I had a big idea, and I was just like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to put this together? I don't even know anything about anything. And then all of a sudden my divine brother Waleed was like, I'll co-create with you. I'd love that. And then my good friend Amanda was just like, we'll put the website together. And now other people are coming together and assisting me, and I'm working with them. And there's this beautiful weaving and tapestry of energy. And now it's possible. Now it's actually very, very easy. And it's kind of like I'm still scanning to almost find the hard struggle in it. But it's actually, that's just old habits. So now it's about finding your peeps. You're going to find them now. And that brings everything online. So that's quite a rainbow, okay, of moon energy. But I just want to leave you with it. Just take it easy. Just be still, like as this moon comes to pass. And just be still. Just allow it all to be shown to you. Divine feminine stillness now, because actually in there is just the ultimate power and the ultimate clarity. And then when you allow the stillness to come and you allow the full moon to bring you what needs to be brought, then the divine masculine steps up in his full light and will show you the way forward, which is everything I've just spoken about. So enjoy, if that's the right word. Thank you for watching, and we'll check in after the full moon. Peace.